Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Well, no, no, my ears aren't pierced. These actually aren't earrings. Believe it or not, these are earbuds. Yeah, I know. They're actually the new Ultra Open Earbuds from Bose. Oh, oh, you want to find out more about these? Great. Have a seat because there's a lot to go over. So let's check them out. Okay, so the first thing that we need to talk about is the design. If the intro didn't make it obvious, the Ultra Open Earbuds feature a design that we haven't quite seen before. Bose calls it a cuff-like design, and it's split up into three different parts. The speaker, which goes into your ear, the barrel, which houses the physical button, and the flexible silicone joint that holds everything together. If we take a closer look, you'll notice two speaker grills, two visible external microphones, and a physical button that has a very satisfying click to it. Switching over to the case, it's actually quite small, especially when you compare it to other Bose earbuds. It features matte plastic and a flip-top design, and it actually feels quite premium. The lid has a sturdy hinge to it and has a nice snap when closing it. A nice little touch is the piano black band that wraps around the case itself. It's subtle, but it looks good. Continuing along, we see the Bose logo and the LED indicator light on the front. We have the USB-C port on the bottom, and on the back, we have the Bluetooth pairing button. Now, considering the design, one of the biggest questions you probably have is in regards to the fit and comfort. These earbuds literally wrap around your ears. It's quite interesting, really, and I have to say, they're very comfortable. In fact, they're one of the more comfortable earbuds I've tested to date. When putting them on initially, like we said before, you have to wrap them around your ears, and it does take me a couple tries to find the sweet spot. It's weird at first, for me at least, because I'm not used to having things hang off my ears, but you do get used to it rather quickly. Oh, and I've been told a number of times from different people that these do look like earrings. With that aside, the Ultra Open Earbuds do manage to stay in my ears through different activities. Like Bose states on their website, the earbuds hug your ears rather than grip them. And I have to admit, I was very skeptical at first. With this design, I thought that it would be easy for them to fall out or that I would need to adjust them constantly. So I put them to the test. I wore these on my usual workouts and they were great. They didn't fall out once, but depending on the activity, you can feel them move though. So something like sit-ups where you're leaning back, you can definitely feel gravity pull on them. It's nothing major, but they still don't fall out. Since I was pleasantly surprised so far, I decided to take it up a notch and take them on one of my runs. This is where I thought the Ultra Open Earbuds were going to fail. To my surprise, they stayed in as well. I was definitely aware that they were in my ears, but only because I was anticipating them falling out. Luckily, they didn't. Even with the shake test, I thought that these were going to go flying, but no matter how hard I shook my head, they stayed in my ears. Of course, they moved a little, but it wasn't enough where they needed to be adjusted. I don't know how Bose did it, but this design just works. As for features, we have Bluetooth 5.3 present, and as you would expect, there were no issues with connectivity. Connecting these to my iPhone was very quick, and I didn't experience any loss in sound while leaving my phone on one end of my two-bedroom apartment and walking to the other end. A water resistance rating of IPX4 is present here, which means they are dustproof and can withstand light splashes of water from any direction. The case also has a rating of IPX1, which means that it's dustproof and can withstand light splashes of water from a vertical direction. In my test of spraying them with water, they continued working without any issues. Spatial audio makes its way here too in the form of immersive audio. You get two options for it, still and motion. With still, the audio stays in place and it works best when you're sitting down. So picture the audio source being right in front of you. As you turn your head, the audio transitions to the earbud closest to the audio source. So for example, if I turn my head to the left, the audio will switch to the earbud to the right. The transition is so smooth too, and it's so cool. With motion, the audio follows you and it's best when you're moving around. Unlike still, I didn't notice too much of a difference with motion from when the immersive audio was off. It just sounds the same. So if you want the experience of immersive audio, definitely stick with still mode. As mentioned before, physical buttons are present here and the controls are very simple to learn. A single press is for your play and pause, a double press is to skip a track, and a triple press is to go back a track. You also have access to control your volume. To increase the volume, you double press and hold the right button, and to decrease the volume, you double press and hold the left button. Not only that, but you also have the option to customize a shortcut, which is just a press and hold. You can set up a shortcut on both earbuds to have two shortcuts, and you have the option to choose between your audio modes, immersive audio, switching between your Bluetooth devices, and access to your voice assistant. You can also use either earbud independently and the controls are the same except for volume since each earbud has different functions. For battery life, the Ultra Open Earbuds are rated to have 7.5 hours of playback with an additional 19.5 hours with the case. In my tests, I started my day at 8 a.m. while listening to music at 50% volume. I was able to make it to 4:35 p.m. before I got to the 10% warning for a total of 8 hours and 35 minutes. Quick charge is available here with 10 minutes giving you an extra 2 hours of playback. Keep in mind though that wireless charging is not available here. For phone calls, I made 3 calls with similar results. With each call I started off with my iPhone microphone as a frame of reference and then switched to the earbuds. On my end, calls came through both earbuds and I had no problem hearing the caller on the other end. With my first call, they said I sounded like I was a robot and that I was inside of a bubble. They said I sounded distant from the mic and that background noise was loud and apparent. With the second call, they said I sounded like I was in a tunnel. The call was clear, but it was obvious that I wasn't on my phone anymore. Background noise was noticeable when I spoke, but it disappeared when I wasn't talking. And finally, with the third call, they said that I sounded like I was far away and that the quality was definitely worse than my iPhone. This caller also said that it sounded like I was using a cheap headset from the dollar store. All 3 callers had similar opinions, but of course, I'll let you be the judge with the mic test. Alright, so here we are testing out the microphones on the Bose Ultra Open Earbuds. As usual, I have coffee shop noises playing from my iPad right in front of me at around 60% volume. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll test out the microphone in each earbud. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead, I'll quiet down so that you guys can hear how the sounds come in the background. And now I am going to go ahead, I'll turn this off just to give you guys an example as to what the microphones sound like in a quiet environment. Let me know what you think. Finally, the second biggest question here is how do the Ultra Open Earbuds sound? So if you've kept up with my channel, you'll know that the last open earbuds I've tested were the Sony LinkBuds. And if they were anything to go by, my expectations here, they were pretty low. The thing with open earbuds is that they aren't in-ear, so there's no seal to isolate the sound, which results in the earbuds losing a lot of detail. And that's what happened with the Sony LinkBuds. They left a lot to be desired. To my surprise here though, the Ultra Open Earbuds were the complete opposite. In Bose fashion, the sound here is fantastic. Just like my QC2s, my body just wants to get up and move when listening to music. What impressed me here the most is the bass. Right out of the box, the bass was present and punchy. It doesn't get as deep as traditional earbuds, but it's enough to make the music enjoyable. Mids are definitely the highlight here. They come in crisp and clean, and the audio separation between vocals and instruments is apparent enough to allow you to interpret a lot of finer details. Highs are pushed through to be quite noticeable as well, and it's easy to catch hits on a hi-hat or crashes of a cymbal in most of the songs I listen to. Of course, if you don't like the sound signature right away, you can always adjust it with the onboard equalizer. While listening to other media like YouTube or TikTok, there was no audio delays. At higher volumes, I didn't notice any distortion and there was no ear ringing or ear tinging. Speaking of volume, the Ultra Open Earbuds are quite loud. I found that 50% volume was the perfect amount to be able to not only enjoy music, but to be also aware of my surroundings comfortably. Finally, I know a lot of you are going to have a lot of questions about sound leakage, so we're going to do another test. Okay, so I switched over to my other iPhone here, so all the audio that you're hearing is from the internal microphone from this iPhone 12. So I'm going to have music playing at 50% volume, and I have just some royalty-free music from iMovie, so let's go ahead and we'll start it off. Okay. This is around 65-70%, and it's already starting to get very difficult to hear my own voice. This is around 90, and it's really, really difficult to hear my own voice right now, and I'm trying really hard not to yell. Now this is maximum. Okay, so that's the sound leakage test. Let's go back to the video. So at the end of the day, I'm always going to be honest with you guys. And in this case, I actually really like the Bose Ultra Open Earbuds. Bose has done an excellent job with these. Not only do they have good battery life and great sound, but they also have an interestingly unique design that just works. Yes, some people are going to say that they look like earrings, but looks are subjective. The important thing here is that they are secure and they don't fall out of your ears. If you ask me, Bose has set the bar for what open earbuds are all about. As much as I do like them though, you can't overlook some of the flaws that they have. Just like other Bose products, you are looking at a very expensive price tag. I paid the full retail price of $379 Canadian or $299 US. And at this price point, you're missing a lot of key features that a lot of people look for. Things such as a better water resistance rating, better mic performance, multi-point connection, or even wireless charging, to name a few. The other thing is that these earbuds are not for everyone. If you want to get lost in your music, as great as these sound, you'd be better off with a pair of in-ear earbuds or over-the-ear headphones. These are meant for people who love being outdoors but need to be aware of their surroundings. If this sounds like you, and you're willing to overlook the flaws, I have no doubt that these earbuds are good enough to make anyone who buys them happy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and slap that like button and let me know your thoughts in the comment box down below. If you want to keep seeing more honest reviews like this one, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. That's it for me, guys. As always, I'll catch you on the next video.